We in Scotland have had the most crazy day when it comes to our weather, and Scotland is pretty known for its crazy changeable weather, but today has been particularly significant. So, for example, we started off this morning with the most stunning day, and then all of a sudden we got the most significant torrential downpours that has led to wide-scale flooding across a lot of Scotland. I, for one, know I was stuck in quite a significant flood on my way back from Glasgow earlier, and it got me thinking about the types of weather conditions or climatic conditions that would create this sorts of weather. And really, we're looking at something called low pressure. Now, in Scotland, we are unfortunately no stranger to low pressure because we're in an island. We're affected by lots of different air masses, and these create bands of low pressure that bring rain, unfortunately. Now, the lowest pressure that you find on Earth is something called a hurricane. Now, in Scotland, we cannot get hurricanes. It's not something that we will be affected by because we don't have the right sorts of climatic conditions in order for hurricanes to form. However, there's lots of countries all over the world that would be affected by hurricanes, and there's different seasons for hurricanes to form, and it will affect countries throughout the world at different times of the year. Now, at the moment, the North Atlantic is experiencing their hurricane season, and they tend to have their hurricane season between June and November. Now, at the moment, it's been a pretty slow start to their hurricane season, and there's been one hurricane that has affected North America or the North Atlantic so far, and this is Hurricane Danielle. Now, she formed back at the end of August there, and she has been intensifying slowly to be upgraded to a hurricane. Now, all hurricanes will start as tropical depressions. Now, from there, they will intensify and they will build in terms of speed of their winds. And once they reach 65 miles per hour, they will become known as a tropical storm. Now, if they continue to intensify and their wind speeds continue to increase, they will become known as hurricanes. Now, after a hurricane forms, they then become placed into categories, and we use something called the Saffir-Simpson scale in order to categorize hurricanes. So a Category 1 hurricane will have the least strong winds, and a Category 5 hurricane will have the strongest winds, and therefore most likely cause the most significant amount of damage. So as I say, Hurricane Danielle is currently measuring as a Category 1 hurricane, and as she continues to move through the North Atlantic, she might intensify and she might be upgraded to a Category 2 or 3 before reaching landfall, or she might just die out completely. There are other tropical storms within the North Atlantic at the moment as well. And people will be constantly monitoring those to see whether their wind speeds intensify and whether they can be upgraded to a hurricane status. But it's something that is particularly interesting, actually. It happens every year. Hurricanes are probably the most common type of natural disasters, but it's also quite interesting because we know they exist, we know when they're going to happen, and we can plan and prepare for them, which makes them, although we can't stop the damage, we can prepare for them and plan for them for when they eventually do. But if you are interested, then just go online and you will be able to find lots of information about Hurricane Danielle and all the other hurricanes and tropical storms that are affecting the world at the moment.